Good morning. Come on in here. It's Wednesday morning. It's time to get started.
It feels so
What's
strange
taking you
saying,
so long?
It feels strange saying good morning when it's in the afternoon.
Oh, it is. It's like, Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 4:31 p.m.
I was going to say 6.
A little
Feels
early.
So much later
yeah.
than I thought it was.
I just put dinner in the oven and I'm making you a serving, so I hope you're okay to eat in about 30 minutes.
Allison knows I have a very strict rule of only eating every 3 hours after. I only eat 3 meals a day. I don't eat every 3 hours, but the 2 meals.
Already too much information.
It needs to be 3 hours apart at least. I don't eat less than 3 hours apart, but I can't remember what I had for lunch, so I think it's been 3 hours.
Taco Bell is what we had for lunch. We went out.
We
said the little. Today's a work day, so we went out for lunch together, and now we're gonna have dinner together. And that's the part I was asking. I hope you're okay with that. I didn't care about the time. I made you a portion of dinner. Do you want to know what I made?
You made for dinner. You asked me before you made it.
No, we're pretending. Let's acting 101. Let's try it again. Hey.
I'm emceeing this one, and I'm gonna keep this.
Listen, what do you think? What do you think I made for dinner?
Let me guess. Did you make pizza? I'll be so excited if you made pizza.
Oh, I didn't make pizza.
Oh, well, then never mind.
I made stuffed green peppers.
Stuffed bell peppers.
Do you know what they're stuffed with?
Hamburger?
No, because we're vegetarian. A taco rice mixed with
taco flavored rice.
Well, it's called taco rice.
Taco flavored rice.
Well, the pouch said taco rice.
I'm the MC, so what I say goes.
Mixed with a little bit of sharp cheddar. We got a couple little tomatoes and veggies thrown in there.
Did you put the tomatoes and veggies?
No, it's in the packet.
Yeah, so it's taco flavored rice, and
that's not a taco. It's taco rice to go into the taco, not flavored like a taco.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is it in a taco?
Yeah, it's a green pepper taco.
All right, we've already. So that's the chit-chat portion of today. And
please don't go. I also wanted to learn how to say welcome in various languages. We have all these new followers that are all over the world, literally, aren't they?
Tell us how to say welcome in your country, and we'll shout you out in our next
I really
episode.
wanted to. I honestly, because I'm the one that's in charge of our social media. I keep getting notifications, and literally, I think we have a follower from every country on the planet.
You're not in charge of us, so we go back and forth. You were today because you edited today.
Well, Sin's in charge of ads. That might be.
There's a lot of BTS.
That might be why we're getting people from all over the world. Yeah. Thank you for following. Thank you for following. And I wish I could say that in your language as well. Should we cut that out? Is that a little too?
It's a little off topic.
Too on the nose?
All right.
When you're watching this right now, Wednesday morning, I'm in my car heading down to LA.
We know that there's only a handful of you actually watching it Wednesday morning. The rest of you will find this 2, 3, maybe 4 years later, and that's fine too. Whatever day it is, whatever spaceship you're in.
I will delete these after a year.
Whatever planet you're living on in the year 3007, when you find this video in some time capsule about the famous Sparks twins who saved America from destruction.
Save the planet by teaching everyone Gen Z language so we could decode
so we could communicate
AI.
Before the battle between the. There's a whole bunch of really exciting, interesting stuff that divulges way too many secrets.
We had to take out.
So we had to take all that.
Pending projects, things that are in the works that we can't discuss.
Now to a little less interesting, but still hopefully compelling items on our agenda. the boring stuff we decided we could leave in is up next. And so, Alexa, what is the weather in Timbuktu today? Just thought we'd mix it up.
Is she still plugged in?
Is she?
She might be pouting because of what happened earlier.
Alexa, what is the weather in Timbuktu today? Just thought I'd mix it up.
Currently, in Timbuktu, Mali, it's 89 degrees Fahrenheit with partly cloudy skies. Tonight, you can expect mostly clear skies with a low of 80 degrees.
That would have been nice. That would have been nice. And because we have followers now from around the world, if you are in Timbuktu, can you give us a shout out down below? And we'll shout you out.
We'll shout you out.
Max, don't be upset. Don't be cross.
Max, you're not in Timbuktu.
He wanted a shout out. And so there's Max's shout out.
He's
and
like,
now
I could be in Timbuktu. That's his sound. Okay. Allison is going to do our word of the day, so we're just going to word of the day.
Well, for word of the day, once again, I'm going to give credit to the Big Brother live feeds. I'm learning so much from the 21-year-old, 26-year-old, and 27-year-old who are in the cast.
Corey,
this season.
America, and Blue.
Jag. Oh, I don't know how old Blue is. Blue barely speaks on camera, really. She's doing other things. But the 3 that I just mentioned.
Well, she doesn't speak in the rooms that you visit, that you can visit the different rooms.
I think she's always with Jared,
you
and they
never go
kind
to
of,
their
they
room,
leave.
yeah.
They leave Jared to do their own thing. But Jared, who's from Norwalk, Connecticut.
From
Shout out to our
hometown.
He's not from our
So
high school.
06851, what?
He's from the rival high school. So that explains
yeah.
his behavior right now. It's very Brian McMahon, I would say.
Very bright man. Norwalk High NHS, the Bears. Representing the Bears.
If you're from NHS, like Daisy and those sisters from TikTok, Daisy and they're from Norwalk High, our high school.
Who are they?
Who are they? The TikTok stars. You know what I'm talking
the
about.
number one.
Daisy and is it
it's
Daisy?
a sister. Well, I think one is Daisy and the other one is Carmela.
Oh
No, what is it?
We went to school with the Carmela.
What is it? It's not Carmela.
They're from NHS, and you'll see in their old Instagram pictures they're wearing the green and white NHS.
That's our colors,
they
green
had our
and white.
teachers.
What are they? What are they called? The D'Amelios?
D'Amelios. I think it's the D'Amelios.
Okay. So Daisy D'Amelio and
It starts with a C. You're right about that.
What is it?
I feel so bad. Maybe we should hurry and Google it. We'll splice here.
Hey Siri, what are the D'Amelio sisters called?
Okay, I found this on the web.
Charlie.
Dixie and Charlie.
It's not Daisy.
It is Daisy.
Oh, I thought you said Dixie.
Oh, did it say Dixie?
Did you say Dixie or Daisy?
Hey Siri, what are the D'Amelio sisters called? Dixie. Dixie, sorry.
Our apologies to the
Sorry,
D'Amelios.
Daisy. Sorry, Dixie and Charlie. So,
Charlie,
well,
okay.
we've lost them as followers, I'm sure.
I'll say this. When you guys were in Norwalk and doing your thing, I think trust that.
You'll notice
We'll
another
cut
cut
that
here.
out. So we had to cut that out, but we'll do
notice
better.
another cut here, and that's just because we were saying things we didn't want to divulge.
You know, I was showing Cinnamon episode 13.
Too many secrets.
I edit the odds. Cinnamon edits the evens. And I was showing her my edit on episode.
No, we're off now because the Tuesday became Monday, so now I'm on the odds and you're.
Well, I did 13, and 13 is an odd, and you're doing 14, and 14 is an even.
Wait a minute.
That's right. It goes back and forth.
No,
There's just 2 of us, so that never matters. It never matters.
Okay.
But when I showed
That's
Cinnamon,
right.
when I showed Cinnamon episode 13, Cinnamon pouted at least 3 or 4 times because I cut things out.
Allison decided. See, when
No,
I edit for time.
Stay
I
kind.
edit for time. Allison is like every time I open my mouth, you'll notice this. See how many times like you catch me like
No,
my
so don't
sentence
say
stops.
anything.
Allison edits for content. And if
Ouch.
she didn't agree with me,
No.
she cut me. I said, I didn't like how you were saying that. I didn't like
That's not.
You don't. That's not why you edit.
That's not. We had an hour of content and we have 20 minutes of show, so that's why I edited.
Allison probably had a response that has been edited out.
All right now. All right. Easy.
Okay. Allison, what is our word of the day from Big Brother?
So this was inspired by Big Brother. They say it all the time, and I bet it's already on its way out because that's how slang works. So now that I'm saying it, it's definitely out, and it's that's so slay. But also, if you just say the word slay, and it means amazing.
That's so slay.
That's so slay, but you can also just say slay. That means
I've heard slay.
amazing.
I've heard slay.
It means amazing.
Okay, I've heard slay,
Yeah,
obviously. But I've heard it more as a verb.
like a winter sport.
Well, no, you've heard slay
Like
slay,
sled dogs.
Slay girl, that dress is beautiful.
No, I know slay like that kills me. Slay. But they use that on the
Allison.
No?
No. Don't do that.
Okay. I noticed you did the lighting and it's all pointing towards you. I do notice that.
This is your light.
Really?
It's pointing toward you. This is my light.
This all the way across the way.
That's how it is, though. That's how this light points toward me. This light points toward you. This light points toward both of us. No, if you put both of those lights on you, then that's
it's on you. It's on you. All right. We do have to make sure that we're not being vicious.
All right, so the word of the day is slay, and you said there's something that comes before it. What was it?
You can say that's so slay.
That's so
but
slay.
you don't have to say that's so slay. If we over-explain it, we've already spent too much time on it.
Okay.
Up.
Word of the day is
Hold
that's so slay.
for sled dogs.
Okay. Word of the day is that's so slay. So
Yeah.
it's like a phrase of the day.
No, it's just slay. I'm going to take out that's so because I'm not 100% on that.
You're starting your own.
Do you notice I keep rushing over that because the in the slang dictionary slay came up and I think they used it as an example.
Oh,
and
the
said
sentence was
maybe.
that, so.
I don't. Let's not overthink it. So we'll just say
Okay.
slay is the word. Let's not.
All right. Now we go to wildlife. What was that? Okay, Tom will be doing it. All right, so today's wildlife, and
I wanted to do something super confusing. It was part knitting,
It looked like it was spaghetti.
part
at some
fly
point.
fishing. There was some spaghetti in there.
Today's Wildlife Watch and current events merge into one because there is a story about, and I'm sure you've heard it by now, but there was a wild bear wandering around Disney World in Florida.
I had not heard that story until someone told me minutes before this. But I'm going to do my acting. And what?
And they didn't
What?
close down the whole park. They closed down parts of the park, including, I guess, it sounds like the bear was spotted at least originally or at some point in Frontierland, which I kept saying, this is so sad because Frontierland is made to look like a bear's natural habitat. So I wonder.
I didn't know Florida had bear. What kind of bear was it?
It was a black bear, an adult female black bear. And they actually.
Listen, I hate to interrupt you at this minute. Do you smell that burning smell?
You think that's our dinner?
Do you think it's burning?
I just think it's dripping onto the bottom of the stove because
All
you
right.
put melted cheese on the top.
I did.
So I think it's dripping over.
There's
and that's
definitely there's a burning smell.
Well-
We're not smell-o-vision, but picture it.
No,
All
but
right.
you'll soon picture the
You
smoke
might see
wafting in.
If the fire alarm goes off,
Going off,
you
sure,
know
sure.
that it's time to eat.
So they treat it. The forest and wildlife people were able to tree it successfully.
Wait,
and
tree it or
it was up in the tree.
I thought you said treat
so that
it at first.
they could reopen the park, and they're going to relocate her to a national forest, a place where she can continue living out her life. But she got to have a little day in Disneyland, and dibs on that as a children's book idea. Do not even try it. I'm already on top of it. Stop it right now. Forget Cocaine
I'm just
Bear.
writing it.
Forget Cocaine Bear the movie. I'm going to do Disney Bear, and it's going to be a children's movie.
That reminds me of the time that when we went to Disneyland, the one in California, here,
Disneyland.
as 5-year-olds, like living in Connecticut. Our parents brought us. Our parents met out here in LA, so they came out
They
here
met at
for
art school.
I think it's some sort of art center. They met like some sort of reunion, and they took us to Disneyland, and you got to see Mickey, and I got to see Disney's very famous and even much better character, Baloo the bear. I don't think you can mention.
You'll notice there's a little chunk missing.
I don't think we can. I was talking about Disney and it just went off tracks a little bit. Sorry about that.
Allison's not sure which character she met as a 5-year-old. It was a bear of some sort. What bear is a Disney bear? If you know, let us know. What bear is a Disney bear?
It was Baloo the
I thought
bear.
it was Yogi Bear, but is Yogi
Oh, was
Bear
it Yogi
not-
Berra?
Is Yogi Bear? No,
It might have been Yogi.
Berra is a baseball
Yeah, but they
player.
did Yogi Bear.
Yogi Bear.
I think it was Yogi Bear.
But is that a Disney character?
Which one had a baseball cap? I think it would be Yogi Bear.
I don't.
I
mean,
Hanna-Barbera.
I only
What's
know
happening?
Mickey. You know what I'm saying? I only know Mickey, and that's who I got to see. So everything else,
That's
I'm
a,
just
that's
like,
a sore
meh.
point. Let's move on from that.
Sore point. Not competitive at all. So that's our current events. The bear has been relocated to a safe space, and now it's time for story time. Story time. Let it rhyme. You
Look how
and me.
synchronized we are. And I mean the opposite of that. We were going.
So for today's story time, when Al and I have our little sit-down meeting and discuss how we're going to separate or
Divide up.
divvy up the different
The agenda.
items.
The
Since
chalkboard.
I was in charge of today's, I said, Al, you get to do the story time, but with a prompt. So don't even
And
prepare
I
anything.
said, then I'm going to give you a prompt for show and tell. So
Because it's my turn to
hang
do
in
show
for
and
that
tell.
one. I purposely chose something
So-
that will trigger cinnamon.
Oh,
You'll want to see
trigger?
that. Yes.
Oh, how nice.
Just for fun. I need to share.
Well, agree to disagree.
No.
And yes, well, you can
No.
agree to disagree.
No. I agree to
Well,
agree.
then you're disagreeing
I
with the
disagree.
agreement to
I
disagree.
disagree to agree.
That doesn't make sense.
Don't tack this to your forehead in a second.
Agree to disagree. All right, moving on. For the story, I used a website that has 371 Pictionary words. I'm just going to randomly choose one and see if you can...
A real story.
A real story
Okay,
or memory
all right.
from childhood. Childhood. Last time you did it when you were like...
Can't I do it for my future?
All right. And the word is sneeze.
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 When I think...
That's weird. That's a Pictionary word. That's weird. That's
But
hard
yeah,
to
because
draw.
you would draw a nose and then a mouth and then spray coming out.
Ooh, okay.
And maybe a little tissue next to it. That's what I would
Okay,
draw.
all right.
So
But what story would you tell?
Oh, I hear sneeze. And it reminds me of the... You're going to notice a little chunk missing
There's a
here.
little chunk missing.
That's all right, though. It's just the fun stuff. Moving on to
All
the
right,
show.
new word, new story. Here we go.
We had to... It went off the rails, guys.
Video camera.
Oh, video camera. Okay. All right. The first word I thought of is when I borrowed a video camera from one of my students when I was teaching I won't name this school, but it was in Los Feliz. And I wanted to apply for Survivor for like the third or fourth time. I think I've applied 11 times to Survivor.
Have you really?
Yeah. And instead of, I decided for this one, I would do it from my classroom because I kept talking about being a teacher. I was like, I'm going to do it in my classroom. I'm going to be interactive.
And show, don't tell, as they say.
So one of my students let me borrow their video camera, and I set it up. And
I wasn't saying here. I mean, if you're a teacher, be in the classrooms.
Oh, I wasn't fully listening. I was still thinking my story. What were you saying, Sid?
Show, don't tell.
I was back in time.
Yeah. Where's our posted for listen? Here it is. Here it is, buried deep beneath a stone.
So that's my story, but it's not a very interesting story. But that's my video camera.
Oh, they borrowed a video camera from a student.
I think Miro.
This is pre-smartphones with cameras.
No, not necessarily. I wouldn't say that. I would say you could have a video camera of any type, a phone of any type. I chose a video camera. What are you trying to... Who's aging who here? I was 12.
This is your first year of teaching.
I was prodigy
teacher. All right, show and tell time. What do you have for me to show and tell?
I purposely brought something that would just... I want to say trigger, but I wanted to bring, that would inspire a lot of passion from you, Sin. And I know this is something that does inspire a lot of emotion.
This is upsetting, isn't it?
No, I don't think so. It's in this little bag. It's a treasure of mine.
Okay, this is upsetting. I'll tell you why. So this is an early edition of Where the Wild Things Are.
Signed
to Cinnamon and Allison from Marie Sindak, artist and author. And Allison, while I was living in Germany, I was in Germany for 5 years.
It was not then. I think it
was then.
Was it?
I came back from Germany and Allison had it because you were only in Germany for a year.
18 months.
And that was the story you used to tell your students. So when you
This is the story I would read to my students, and it's where Max, my dog, got his name. So
Allison came home and took it from my parents' library and has commandeered it.
Oh, Sin, that explains everything. That's why you're upset. No. Mom presented it to me as a gift. It was gifted to me.
Does it say to Barbara or does it say to Cinnamon and Allison?
It's actually, Cinnamon is misspelled, so by law, it's not really you. So we'll have to find someone whose name is spelled that way.
Someone can't give it as a gift
if
it's not theirs to give.
Wait, someone's name is misspelled.
I'm gonna give Mom and Dad Max. I can't give Mom and Dad Max. Max isn't my dog to give.
He doesn't belong to anyone. Animals are their own people.
Yeah, okay. The reality of the situation is...
your name is spelled correctly.
Yeah, and it's first.
Well,
Allison has taken the book. It's hers.
Isn't this more fun when Cinnamon gets so emotional about these things? You guys are having fun.
But you guys understand that that's not fair, right? It's
And we're out of time, Sin, so we'll have to take this to court. All right, on that note, Alexa, thank you. She said your name this time.
My pleasure.
Yes, I'm the one that set the alarm because I'm in charge of this episode.
Hope you've had a good Tuesday.
It's Wednesday, Alexa, but thank you.
Cinnamon, here is your reminder.
Thank you, Alexa. Thank you,
Alexa.
Alexa. Alexa, thank you so much.
Anytime. Literally.
We know it.
That's a little creepy, isn't it?
Cinnamon, here is your reminder.
Alexa, stop though.
There it is.
All
right.
Yeah, weigh in. If a book has your name in it, how does it not belong to you? How does one half
share
of the
a
equation?
book? You can't share.
Every other year.
On that note,
we share a YouTube channel.
I'll give you the eBay link.
We share DNA.
And you can definitely bid on it, Sin. Thinking of you, Lovey.
I get to start. Listen, you don't get to start the goodbye every time.
I know. I just want to hurry and have dinner. Guys, we're going to go have stuffed green peppers now.
We're going to go have dinner, and you have a wonderful rest of your day. Go have your breakfast. If you are in bed scrolling, get up, take a walk, get out, go do something fun. Touch grass. And slay the day. Brought it all the way back. Love you, love bug.
Most of all, do unto others
as you would have them do unto you.